Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to you all present here today. My name is Haziq, and today I'm with Mr. Iskandar Daniel as you will be discussing marketing strategy and plan. If you have any question regarding to this topic, do leave them in the comment section down below, and Mr. Iskandar will answer them right after he finishes presenting. Without further ado, I will pass the mic to Mr. Iskandar.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Haziq. All right, hi everyone. Good evening. Okay, all right. So today we're gonna have an overview on marketing strategy and plan. Right. So before that, I would like to first introduce you to myself. My name is Iskandar Danial, and apart from being a certified HRD Cup trainer, I'm also a young serial entrepreneur. By um by young, I mean yes, very young. Okay. All right. So I have been in multiple industries and I am still in multiple industries such as in e-commerce, food and beverage, automotive. I have my own small used car dealership, event management, marketing and advertising, and also training and consultancy. But apart from being an entrepreneur, I am also an investor. Yeah, right, a retail investor. I've been investing in few other industries such as medical clinics and so on. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before being a trainer myself, I'm also a practitioner in digital marketing. Yes, I'm a certified Google advertiser and also a certified Microsoft professional advertiser. All right, so today we are not going to waste a lot of time. Okay, we are going to dive into what our agenda is today: marketing strategy and plan. Hi, good evening, everyone. Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Good evening. All right. So the agenda of today gonna be an introduction to marketing plan, introduction on marketing strategy, and just going to dive a little bit in details of marketing mix. Right. So what is the marketing plan? Okay. So basically, I guess there has been some debates and some misunderstanding on the difference between marketing plan and marketing strategy. So what is the definition of marketing plan? What is marketing strategy? People often confuse and they it's like intertwined, right? So it's going to be like tangled. Marketing plan and marketing strategy, people confuse. Okay, sometimes they are switched. But to be honest, marketing strategy is like the upper level. Yeah. While the marketing plan contains the activity or the documentation of the whole outline of this strategy. Okay. So you're going to have your strategy up here, and these marketing plans going to be the activities or documentations involved to execute the marketing strategy. Or in short, we can understand this by one marketing strategy, you can have multiple marketing plans. Yeah? Right. So, we're going to move on to the objectives and structure of marketing plan. Right? So, in order for us to create or to create and to curate our marketing plan, okay, we are going to follow a framework that is called as SMART objective, right? So why is this important? Okay, in my experience of training more than 4,000 plus micro businesses outside there, right? So when they run their marketing, particularly Facebook advertisement, Instagram advertisement, digital marketing to be specific, right? They always come to me and say, "Oh, Facebook ads is not good. I've been trying to run Facebook ads, but I'm not getting good results," and so on. Okay, of course you are not getting good results because you are not specific on what you want from that digital marketing. You don't really have a plan, right? So one part of smart objectives is the S, being specific. State what you want and what you will do, right, for that particular campaign. Okay? For example, right, you have the outline of a marketing strategy, okay, for Chinese New Year campaign, right? So be specific on what you wanted to offer to these people, right? What you want. You want brand awareness, you want to reach out more customers, right? Or you want to do sales, or You want to have more engagement with your existing audience base. Okay, so be specific on what you want, right? So if it is sales, then be specific on it. Okay, state that my goal is for sales, and how do we get this? What is the how are we going to run this through? Yeah, so use more of the action words, okay, more of the action words. And apart from being specific on what we want, say for example, just now we have mentioned about you wanting to do sales. You want sales out of this digital marketing or out of this marketing plan. Okay, you want sales, right? So you need to know how to measure your marketing, correct? Why? Okay, it's easy because if you didn't put any goal or any numbers, yeah, right, then you don't know how to evaluate whether it is good or not good. Okay, make sure that you have something or a number, okay, a figure that you can measure, so that will give you a benchmark whether this is a good you're gonna get a good results or a bad results from the marketing itself. Yeah, so provide a way to evaluate. Let's say for example, just now being specific, you want the sales, right? Okay, so you can put, for this measurable, you can put, like for example, the quantity of item. Maybe okay, for this campaign, if we achieve 10 items sold or 100 items sold, then that would be a successful marketing plan. Yeah, right? Use metrics or data targets. As I mentioned, use figures, right? Or you can also put it, let's say for example, you don't want to put it in quantity, like you have a few product lines, okay, and it's hard for you to gauge the amount, the exact amount. So maybe you can put that as the revenue figure. Okay, so for example, want to have a sale, you want to make sales, right? Then your measurement would be RM 100,000. Okay, right? So from there, you're gonna have the proportion or percentage whether it's going well or it's going bad, right? So A is whether it is achievable or not. Okay, meaning that you have to be realistic in a way. Yeah, right? So for example, if you are spending 15 ringgit per day for your marketing, okay, and you say, all right, across one whole month, I want to achieve 200,000 of sales, right? So now let us look back to your budget. It was only 450 ringgit per month, right? So now we're going to ask ourselves whether we can really achieve it from 450 ringgit ads to getting 200,000 sales. Okay, so we have to be realistic in a way. We need to um be, I would say, be realistic, so that we can um we can actually achieve our target, yeah, to accomplish the um marketing, okay, marketing results, to accomplish the good marketing results. Yeah, right? So if you think that by spending 450 ringgit in advertisement and getting 4,500 ringgit sales or profit, perhaps that is something achievable. If you believe that you can achieve that, right, then perhaps that would be a good start for you to plan. Okay, so either way, you just need to be realistic rather than optimistic. Yeah, right. R, make sure that whatever you want to do, okay, is relevant. Okay, make sense within your job function, improves the business in some way. Okay, I think this is quite important. Some people, they wanted to do sales, but their graphic designs, their creatives, yeah, their creatives and their creations of copywritings are actually irrelevant to what their goal are. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you want to achieve your sales, you have to make sure that your product or your marketing mix is relevant to your marketing plan. Okay, As long as you do that, you are going to have a good marketing plan. You are going to have a good marketing campaign, right? And last but not least is time bound. I think most of the time when we run our marketing, right? Okay, so some people, they don't have the ability to set up a boundary of time. Okay, so there are two ways for us to understand this. The first one is when we run a campaign, when is the deadline? What is the time frame um, from you running it, and when are you going to stop that campaign? Okay. And the second one, when are you going to get things done in between? Say, for example, you have a lot of key stakeholders involved in between. Okay, let me give you an example. Right, across the last year, right? Okay, I've also opened up one phone and laptop repairing shop, right? So we were being very specific of what we want. Okay, we wanted sales, right? So we put in our budget of 300 ringgit per day. Okay, which is over 1 month is going to be 9,000 ringgit, right? And we also put in a matrix that we can measure. For example, the number of revenue. Okay, the number of revenue. And we were targeting only 20,000 from that 9,000 because we are still new, right? So is it achievable? In our opinion, from 9,000 ringgit of marketing, okay, to get revenue of 20,000 ringgit, that is something that we can achieve. Yeah. So when we create our creatives and also curate our content, okay, we make sure we focus on the promotions, the right marketing mix. Yeah, dari segi I would say from the product, okay, product of our service, yeah, and also our pricing strategy. Okay, it involves a lot of things. Yeah, here there are 4 P's that going to be involved, but we are going to talk about these 4 P's later on. Yeah, so what is most important is that because we wanted sale, okay, we focus on the pricing strategy and also the product strategy or service strategy, and we make sure that it is relevant to our goal. And we have set the time bound. Okay, it's going to run for 1 whole month, and that's it. Okay, right? And our promotion at that time was only for iPhone back glass. Okay, so we said, okay, iPhone back glass is only for 1 month. After this, we are going to dump this, and we are going to move on with a um new strategy or new plan. Yeah, right. So that is an example on how we structure our marketing plan. Yeah. So next, this is what I mentioned. There are 4 P's in a marketing plan. Okay, that involve in the relevancy. Okay, the product, or what we call as product strategy, price strategy, place strategy, and promotion strategy. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this later on. Okay, there are some I would say some frameworks that I always use. Okay, the frameworks that I have invented myself, right? But this is something that we need to actually look into in detail, because without this, then our marketing plan is a bland marketing. Yeah, right. So before we start to think on what is our marketing mix, the 4 P's just now, right, we have to first analyze the critical elements internally and externally. Okay, we have to analyze them. Okay, so this is a simple SWOT analysis, SWOT, but we have broken down into internal factors and external factors here. Okay, so by this, it won't be as the simple SWOT. Okay, the strength here, we are talking about what is the strength of your brand. Okay, what is the strength of our brand? What do we have? Is it because of our brand, okay, is known by others, or is it because we have the accessibility that the others don't? Okay, so things like that. Yeah. Next, what are the weaknesses that our brand has or our business have? Okay, so perhaps if you have a good accessibility on the resources or so on, but the weakness is that people don't know your brand. Okay, or people don't know what is your product awareness. People don't understand about your product. So at the end of the day, people won't still buy. So understanding your strength and weaknesses help you to amplify your strength and to cover up your weaknesses with the curation of your content and your creatives later on, right? And apart from these internal factors, we are going to see as well the external factors, such as the opportunities. Okay, what are the opportunities that we can capitalize in the market right now? Okay, so we can see the example of face mask. Okay, pre-COVID, it was just like normal. Okay, once COVID comes in and the restrictions of using face mask has been implemented, right? Okay, the demand surge for the product itself. Okay, right? Although the size of market is similar, the demand for the product is there. Therefore what? Therefore, that is an opportunity for people to get in the mask and sell it. Okay, these are an example of opportunities. Okay, next, understanding the threats, the external factor of threats. Okay, it can be a lot of things. Okay, it can be about having a lot of competitors if you are in the market structure of perfect competition, for example. Okay, or if you are in a monopolistic competition, okay, which is lesser competitors, but when the economy is bad, it will also threaten you down. So understanding these threats could actually help you to save a lot of money rather than spending on marketing, but you won't get any conversion, right? Next, okay, these are the SWOT metrics that I have just mentioned. This one, okay, SWOT, just the same thing, yeah. Okay, so just now we have understood that marketing plan is the activities or the documentations involved inside the marketing strategy, right? So like I mentioned, marketing strategy is the top level, and then inside one marketing strategy you can have like multiple marketing plans. So now, understanding what is marketing strategy again in terms of definition. So marketing strategy is a company's overall plan to reach out potential customers and converting them into clients for its goods or services. Okay? Meaning that what is involved in marketing strategy, the higher level of thinking would be this STP. Yeah? Right? So, segmentation, you need to segmentize your market. Okay, you need to segmentize your market in order for you to position how your brand are going to be known as. Yeah. So you can have like multiple market segmentations. Okay. I mean, you can have like groups of segmentations. For example, okay, if you are targeting students, okay, if you have segmented them into a group of customers which are students, okay, now you target them in terms of your creative and also your contents are what they wanted. Okay, what they want. Okay, personalize it towards them. Okay, and position yourself as something that they can know you as. Okay, right? So this positioning is very important, right? So in my experience, right, when I have run my brand, one of my brand known as Bazaar Rakyat, okay, back in 2020, traditional bazaar was disallowed. Okay, I mean because of the COVID-19 lah. Okay, so what happened was that I created an online bazaar. Okay, and because no one positioned themselves as the first e-bazaar, I did that. Okay, Bazaar Rakyat, the first e-bazaar in Malaysia. Okay, and I get a lot of people coming in, joining my platform, and also I get free marketings from BFM Radio, Vulcan Post, and so on. And even I do get the grants from government because I am the first. I was the first e-bazaar in Malaysia. Okay, so positioning yourself will help you to amplify your effort of marketing. okay, to amplify your effort, to amplify your brand identity. In a way, we can say that you, of course, you have your own brand identity, but if you break it down into few segmentations, okay, you can perhaps also have few brand identities according to the segment of market. Okay, so now, why should we do marketing strategy? Why should we outline the marketing strategy? It is because marketing strategy aids in the discovery of areas affected of organizational growth. Okay, as a result, aids in the development to develop your business. It helps you to grow your business. So before you look into business development metrics such as and soft metrics and so on, you need to outline your marketing strategy in a bit to help you grow according to the other frameworks. Yeah. Okay. So there are few financial, there are two options for you to go with when you are outlining your marketing strategy. It can be from the perspective of financial objective. Okay. So in the terms of financial objectives, since we do not know, you are the only one know about your business, right? Okay, what is your financial capabilities and also the stage of your business. So financial objectives can be as it can be from survival. Okay, if you want to sustain your business. Okay, this happen a lot when people actually buang harga. Okay, they really go down to the level of I would say floor pricing. Okay, so that they can sustain during COVID-19. During 2020 when the first time COVID-19 hits us. Okay, we can see that, but of course they are not wrong. Okay, sometimes they only buang harga or putting in floor price because they wanted to survive. Okay, it can be that, or it can be for profits. So if your marketing strategy is good enough, you can clear off your competitors, okay, out of the market by playing the right strategy. Okay, so it can be a lot. It can be for wealth and also job security, but nonetheless, what we wanted to actually explain here is that if you put in the right strategy for whatever your objectives are, whether it's financially or non-financial, okay, you play the right cards, you can always get your marketing effort amplified. Yeah. Okay. So some people, when they wanted to survive, when they wanted to sustain their business, they do not outline their strategy. So what happened then was that they were all over the place. They were haywire and end up their business couldn't sustain because they were talking about, okay, I need to sustain my business. Okay. When we ask, how are you going to sustain your business? I don't know. I'm trying whatever I can. Maybe sell off my car, or maybe sell off my this, or maybe take in whatever job I can. Okay, so they do not have clear guidance or a clear strategy on what to do to actually sustain, and that is a very I think that is something sad lah that happened to us back in 2020. A lot of SMEs has gone down into the drain. Yeah. Okay. So now we look into non-financial objective. Okay. It can be for your own personal satisfaction as the business owner. When people know you, right? People know your brand, you satisfy yourself. You are going to feel like, okay, my brand is well known. Okay. People know about my brand. Okay. You ada rasa what? Huh? Satisfaction. Okay. Or maybe you put in some of your uh, personal challenges, okay, just to challenge yourself that you can grow even more. Okay, these non-financial objectives are actually more towards personal, right? Personal and not involving other people. So usually for financial, it involves a lot of people such as your key stakeholders, your staff, and so on. Okay, but non-financial objectives is more towards yourself. Okay, but whatever it is, you are the business owner. Okay, if it's for personal satisfaction, please do so. All right, you own the business, right? Not me. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move on, right, to the marketing mix. I think this is quite important. Yeah, this is quite important. Okay, in a bid for us to have a good marketing plan, we need to have a good marketing mix implementation. Okay, we have spoken about the 4 P's just now. Okay, product, price, place, and also promotion. Okay, right. But it is not as simple as just jot down what is the product or what are the price, what are the distribution, and what are the promotion that we are going to give. Okay, it is not as easy as that. Okay, right. So what we need to look at, okay, what we need to look at later on is how do we derive the strategy for each of the P's here. Okay, right? Just like what I have mentioned just now, okay, um, creating your marketing plan, we have to follow the SMART objective framework, right? Okay, and the first part of SMART objective was specific, correct? So now, in order for you to be specific, you need to create this marketing mix first. Otherwise, you don't know what you are selling, what you want to, what is the price, okay, how you are going to implement it. You don't know. So before you start with the marketing plan, you need to start off with the marketing mix first, right? So the product, okay, here is or are the goods and services offered. Okay, this one can be in the form of individual product, or it can be in the form of a combine, okay, or combo, right? So you need to derive a strategy on the product. Okay, some businesses, they have like I would say the campaign products. For example, when Chinese New Year is coming in, McDonald's will always have their beef. Their beef and chicken prosperity burgers, right? Okay, so these are just a few examples that we can play. And at certain time, okay, we also have the Mami Boba, right? Okay, last time, the actually, the collaboration between T Life and also Mami, right? So these are the product strategy that I am mentioning. It doesn't have to be like the same product. I mean, the current product that you have. Maybe if you have something innovative to enhance your product, please do so, right? So after you have derived the strategy for the product, move on to the second P, which is pricing strategy. So, in order for you to do this, ladies and gentlemen, okay, you need to first, okay, identify your fixed cost and your variable cost. Very important here because you need to know what is the break even numbers or quantity that you need to sell, okay, in order for you to break even lah, huh? Okay, so fixed cost, I think as most of you are business owners here, yeah, okay, fixed costs are the costs that whether you have sale or you have revenue or not, you still need to pay. For example, the office or shop rental, okay, your staff salary, okay, whether you are selling your product or you don't sell, you still need to pay them. Okay, these are fixed costs. Variable costs, on the other hand, is different. I mean, it's a bit different in a way that when you are selling that product, okay, then there are costs involved in that particular product. For example, okay, in each of the marketing campaign, there should be a marketing cost, but in a way that you need to identify what is the cost per conversion or cost per product sold. Okay, some are looking at the customer acquisition cost, but however it is, how do you want to define it? It depends on your business nature. But knowing that what is the cost per product that you are spending on, okay, it's easy for you to set up the price. For example, okay, selling a product, okay, when you run the marketing, okay, let's say you run advertisement for 100 ringgit, okay, and you sold 10 of your products. So it means that one of your product, each one of your product, the marketing cost is 10 ringgit. Okay, So that's the variable marketing cost for your product, right? Okay. So knowing this, if you are selling for 8 ringgit, definitely you are going at loss. So knowing this 10 ringgit is your cost for marketing, the variable marketing cost. You add on the production costs, because each of the product, they have their own production cost, right? Per unit. Okay. Add on everything. Okay. Then you're going to have your variable cost. Okay. So you go to Google. Okay. As simple as you go to Google. Okay. Find the break even formula. Okay. And compute. Okay. And compute your break even. You input your fixed cost and variable cost, and also your suggested pricing. So from there, if you put in a price, and the break even number seems like very hard for you to achieve, okay, then increase the price. Try and error on increasing the price in that particular framework. Okay, so that is how I put in. That is how I identify my pricing for all of my businesses. Okay, so it is super easy. So there was this one of my client. He came to me and said, "Hi sir, okay, I have money and now I was thinking to invest on another business, which is car wash. Okay, is it a good business?" So then I asked him, "Okay, what's your fixed cost and what's your variable cost?" He said, "No, I don't know. Okay, I just had the thought of doing it." Okay, so then we compute the fixed cost of a place and also 2 workers. Okay, and then we also input the variable cost like the shampoo and the chemical used for each time, people, I mean, for each time one car are washed. Okay, one car is washed, right? So when we computed everything and we put in the initial pricing of 15 ringgit per car, okay, so the break even that he needs to get per day is actually 21.3333. Okay, meaning that if he gets 21 car per day, then he would be on loss, right? So he needs to get at least 22 cars, right? So now we try to tweak at the number. Okay, so rather than 15 ringgit per car, we put in 20 ringgit. Okay, and once we compute, it became 18 point, I think it became 18.666 or something like that. Yeah, right. So meaning that he has to get 19 cars. So now he knows that if he puts in 15 ringgit, right, it's going to be hard for him to get 21 car for break even. We are not even mentioning about profit. We are mentioning about break even. Yeah. So what happened then was that he stopped having the idea of opening up a car wash, because he feels that 20 ringgit pricing is slightly above the market, and at the same time, if he goes down to 15, it's hard for him to sustain his business. Okay, so this one you can learn more if you join the course later on. Okay, all right. So next would be the place. Place is what we call as, actually it's not really place like where you are selling, Klang or Pontian or so on. No, no, no. We are talking about the distribution strategy. How do you distribute this marketing mix? Okay, right? In what kind of channels are you going to push this on? Yeah. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it would be on the promotion. Okay, this one is very important. A lot of businesses, yeah, a lot of businesses outside there, particularly micro businesses, okay, when they wanted to start any kind of promotion, okay, they will just bluntly put, or 20% off, 30% off, 50% off, buy one free one. Okay, I think that's going to be hard for you. Okay, right? Because you don't know whether you are getting any profit, or even at worst, okay, I mean, the worst part is that you don't even know whether you can break even or not. Okay, so by having the pricing strategy just now, you have the framework of how much you need to sell, right? Okay, now that is another framework for promotion. Okay, we call that as promotion management framework. Okay, this one I have the framework. Yeah, this framework actually, I mean, I do it myself. Okay, it's easy for me to put in. So I've like because from the pricing, the initial pricing strategy that I've put, right? Okay, so I have the main price, right? I have the main price. Okay. Once I have the price, I'll put in like 10% from 0% to 100% with the intervals of 10% lah. Okay, so 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on until 100%. So from there, if I compute the promotion, okay, I can see where is my limit. Okay, where is my limit that what is my maximum uh, percentage that I can offer to people. Okay, more than that, I will be lost. Okay, so that is the first group. Okay, the red zone, which is you do that, confirm 100%, you're gonna be on loss. Okay, then gonna have the second group of, okay, the blue color. Okay, the blue color, right? This blue color means you can do that, but the break even number is like too high, right? And last but not least, you're gonna have the green zone. Okay, the green zone is where the break even number, if you put in that percent, that certain percentage, right? Okay, it's not going to be like super high. It's going to be something that is achievable for you to at least get the break even. Okay, so these are the four marketing mix, right? Marketing mix that we need to first do it before we move on to our marketing plan. Okay, compute your marketing mix and make sure be very specific. Yeah, okay, be very specific. Put them in here. State what you will do. Okay, the 4 P's inside the specific, right? So we will learn more about this actually in the course itself. Okay, right? So wait a moment. Let me just say this. All right. Just now we mentioned about the product strategy, like, briefly, kan? Just briefly touching up like Tea Life plus Mummy, or maybe some festive products such as Prosperity Burger and so on. But these are the framework. Okay, these are the framework that you can use. Okay, what's your market vision, product goals, product positioning, and understanding the market. Okay, all right. These are just the framework. Okay, that you can use. Then this is something what we call as product life cycle. Okay, the first one is the introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So every product is going to have this cycle. Okay, so one product wouldn't sustain in the market for a long time. Let's have an example of iPhone. Right? Why iPhone? Because iPhone every year you got um you got new release. Okay, so iPhone, they introduce, they grow, they accelerate their production, they accelerate their sales, and when it mature, okay, they try to get as much as as much as they could. Okay, once it's at the peak, okay, try to get as much as they could. Okay, because they know the next part is going to be the declining part. So why Apple or these phone manufacturers, they keep on producing more and more phones every year? iPhone, every year you have this variation, right? Okay, last year was iPhone 13. Okay, this year going to be iPhone 14, right? Last 2 years was iPhone 12. Why do they do that? Okay, it actually relates to the attention span of people. Okay, so right, last time, I mean, the previous generation, yeah, okay, their attention span is very long. Okay, their attention span is very long, hence they can actually give attention to one particular thing for a long time. Okay, however, for the younger generation nowadays, their attention span is very short. Even if you are talking about advertisement that is running for 30 seconds, it's also so long. For them, 5 seconds, 15 seconds is what they are looking for. Okay, this actually affect at the product, so they won't give attention to one product for a long time. Okay, so what they need was that a new product, new thing for them to enjoy. Okay, right, next we move on product levels. Okay, there are actually 5 level: core benefit, okay, basic product, expected level, augmented product, and potential product. Okay, this one is also very important. Without this 5 product level, okay, whatever business that you are going to do, if you don't have this, particularly if you are in retail businesses, okay, it's going to be hard for you to sell your product. Okay, so this one we are going to learn more in the course itself, but these are some things that you will learn as well in the class later on. Okay, right? These are the branding strategy. Just going to touch up some points, okay, so that you know what's going to happen in the course later on. Okay, so before we talk about the brand development, okay, we talk about how to position our brand. What do we want to know to be known as? Okay, right? So what are the attributes, and okay, what are the attributes that we wanted to show? Are we going to be bold? Okay, or are we going to be friendly? So it depends on what your positioning strategy is. Okay, so if people decided to be a part of our brand, what are the benefits that we can actually share to them? Yeah, right? So these are very important for your branding strategy to develop your brand later on. So first thing first, you need to position your brand, what you want it to be known as, okay, which is the attributes, and if people be a part of you, a part of your community, what are their benefits, right? Next is the brand name selection. Okay, this one is also important. Okay, why? Because without a brand name, okay, it's hard for people to determine what is your business. Okay, so we know that Apple is a brand, we know that Samsung is a brand. Okay, but when you go to, like, mobile shops and so on, okay, you have this kedai asing, kedai repair handphone asing. So it's like, it's going to be like so generic that people don't even acknowledge it as a brand. Okay, but you can also, if let's say for example you change it to asing only, it can be a brand, because this has been shown by Senheng, right? Okay, the brand name is Senheng, and people know them as Senheng. Okay, but imagine Senheng is doing like kedai perabot dan elektrik Senheng. Okay, I think that would be a hard time for people to know what is Senheng. They couldn't recall, like, kedai perabot ke kedai elektrik Senheng. They are going to be confused. I mean, get confused. Okay. Next is the brand sponsorship. Okay, the manufacturer's brand, private brand, licensing, and co-branding. This one is not really. I wouldn't say that it's not important, yeah, but it is not really for a start important for you. So the most important part for you is brand positioning and brand name first when you wanted to introduce or to dive into a market. Okay, when you just started your business, what is important is your brand positioning and brand name. But your brand sponsorship and your brand development would be the later stage when you wanted to grow. Okay, right. Next, okay, this is the ENSOF metrics that I have mentioned, right? Okay, in order for you to do, in order for you to develop your business, okay, ENSOF metrics is a part of business development metrics. Okay, so we have these core, I would say, these 4 quadrants, yeah, these 4 quadrants, okay, in which to develop your business, you can either being in the existing market and also being in the new market. So it's like to to push your business forward, it doesn't mean that you need to always increase your product line. You can also jump into new market. For example, if you are selling, okay, let's say we take iPhone, right? Okay, Apple. Okay, Apple, what they do is that they are playing at the both area of new market and also new product. Okay, all right. So in this, what we mean is that before they go to like worldwide, of course, for in every country, they are there, okay, but they also every year keluarkan or actually produce new product, okay, such as last time we have this iPod, right? And then we also have iPhone, but there wasn't any iPad. So they were at the market cap and they were thinking, oh, how do we profit more from this target market from this segment? Okay, so what they did was that they produced new product because they have been into all the market. Okay, they have tried to go and open up new market, but once they have opened up to whole world, okay, what happened was that they feel like, oh, I'm hitting the wall. I need to do something to gain more profit from here. Okay, hence hence that is why they actually develop the product so-called iPad, and then there are few other items such as iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, 12 Mini, and so on. They put in more variants, okay, to actually increase their market cap. Okay, so this will all be learned in the course itself, right? So pricing strategy, as what I have mentioned, we have the framework, okay, and also distribution strategy. We will be learning more, but I have mentioned that distribution strategy is actually in which kind of channel you are going to push your marketing plan, okay. And yep, that is all from me. Any questions? Okay, there's a question from Mr. Ravin. Okay, hi Mr. Iskandar, what applications, if any, do you use to measure social media marketing metrics? Okay, this is great. Great question. Okay, I am used to running Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Okay, although I also run Google ads, but how do I determine how do I measure my social media marketing metrics is actually when I run one marketing, right? Okay, I will have like two separate links in order for me to actually group or categorize the metrics. Okay, there's no application involved other than the dashboard for Facebook Ads Manager and also Google Ads Dashboard. Okay, so I use that one computing for whatever my measurement are. If my measurement is customer acquisition cost, so I'll just jot down how many customers I get from Google Ads, okay, and what are the costs involved. So I'm going to calculate it myself. Okay, so this one is applicable if there is, I mean, if you are not converting them online. If you can convert them online, you can always put your Google tag, okay, Google tag or the Facebook pixel, okay, to the trigger button, and you can easily get your cost per conversion metrics. But again, it depends on what kind of metrics that you are measuring. So different metrics, different type of way to measure, right? Perhaps next question, please. Right. A question from Mr. Anik. Is it a good strategy to focus most marketing efforts on the most profitable customers? Well, yes and no. Why? In business development, we always talk about the ends of metrics, right? Okay. So, of course, providing your most marketing efforts to your most profitable customers are good, okay, because you can maximize and keep on upselling to them. But at the same time, exploring new segmentation also is a good way, okay, meaning that you diversify your products, okay, you diversify your products into multiple market segmentation so that you can tapau all level or all segmentation. So that is what actually um okay, Samsung is doing lah, huh? Okay, so you can see that Apple is only exclusive to those with financial capabilities. It's going to be like super expensive, but Samsung, they have like multiple segmentation. So if you are super rich, you can go for the S22, the S series flagship, right? Okay, but at the same time, they know that rather than we focus only from our profitable customers, why don't we tapau all? So hence that is why they still have this 500 ringgit, the low end and the mid end or low range and mid range punya products, yeah. Okay, so diversification is a good thing for you to grow your business, but for a start, perhaps it is a good strategy to focus your marketing efforts to your most profitable customers. Going forward, it is not really a good thing to do. Yeah. Perhaps next question. Okay, a question from Mr. Chu. How to create a great brand name? Okay, this is hard because to create a good or to create a great brand name, okay, it requires a lot of study and research. Okay, so at the end of the day, why you wanted to choose that name, you need to have the reason yourself, right? Okay, like for example, when I first created Bazaar Rakyat, okay, how I scaled up my business from 300 ringgit to actually millions was that choosing the right name. Uh, I mean, one of the factors is choosing the right name lah. So, as I mentioned before, like traditional bazaar was no long. I mean, at that time was prohibited, right? Okay, what happened then? Um, what I did was that choosing apart from positioning my brand uh, as the first e-bazaar in Malaysia. Okay, I choose the name Bazaar Rakyat. Bazaar is a market. Okay, and why Rakyat? Because at that time, everyone is so confused. They were thinking like, shouldn't the government have something uh good or something that some plans moving forward, because we don't have our traditional bazaar. It's going to be like, you know a culture shock for them. We were so used to traditional bazaar. Okay, so hence choosing the name of Bazaar Rakyat actually to capitalize and to confuse the market that, okay, we are from the government, but we are not from the government. Okay, so that is the reason why we choose Bazaar Rakyat. And until now, I believe that some thought that Bazaar Rakyat is a part of a government punya initiative, but to be blunt, it's not. Okay, so at the end of the day, to create a great brand name, you need to have a very good justification. It's not because, oh, I like it, so this is my brand. No, right? So it depends on your justification why you choose that name. Okay, some people, I have a lot of friends. Okay, um, some of them are in startup scenes. Okay, their names such as Senang Print, uh, and also Klazi and so on. Okay, so when I asked him why Senang Print, because now no, people don't have to WhatsApp me and so on, or meet me and ask me anything about printing. They can just go to my bidding platform to print. Okay, I'll have the best or the cheapest factories print it for them. Okay, the best price. They don't even have to ask me what's the price anymore. They don't have to call me or WhatsApp me to order. Just put in the details, put in the design. It will be automatically uh, printed and sent to them. There's no communication has to be involved. So yep, it is from. I mean, that is his justification lah. So it is not up to us to actually I would say to judge people by, I mean, their selection of brand name. As long as they have good justification, that's good enough already. Right? Next question, please. Okay. A question from Mr. Magat. From your sharing, I think most of the companies already know about it and use the same style of strategies and branding strategies. Is there any other unique strategy that can be used? Definitely yes. Okay. These unique strategies are not documented because it comes from the person itself. Okay, it comes from um, you yourself. Okay, but in order for you to implement this unique strategy, you have to first look at your product lines. Are you having a different product? Okay, or are you selling the same product that people are selling? Okay, if your product has the extra edge or offer more value propositions, I mean, if your product propose more values and provided more unique selling proposition, definitely you can create your unique brand strategy. Okay, this happened with Grab, so right. So last time we are so used to taxi, right? Okay, so Grab come in and they were called as the e-hailing, all right. They created the gig economy, so they are a hub for gig economy. Why they can do that is because they have a very strong product behind them. Without any strong product behind you, it doesn't matter what your strategy are, you couldn't offer that unique strategy, Mr. Magat. I hope that is clear. Clear kan? right? Just imagine that you are selling same things as other people, apart from being the cheapest, okay? Apart from being the cheapest, you can't really position yourself as other you can't really position yourself as other significant punya ni lah brand. Okay? Hence that is why for eco brand for kedai eco RM2.10, they are so powerful in the terms that they have this unfair advantage of the accessibility and the scale, okay, so that they can sell things that you find for RM9.90, they are selling for like RM2.10. So, okay, they don't have like super products like Grab, but they are positioning themselves as the traditional positioning of being the cheapest in the market. Yeah. So again, you can have your unique branding strategy, but if you don't have any unique product, then it is not applicable. Mm-hmm. Right? Any more questions, perhaps?
All right, I think that's all. No more question. Okay, thank you so much for such an insightful presentation on our topic here today, Mr. Iskandar. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining our live session here today. But it is not the end. Mr. Iskandar will be having his public training on marketing strategy and plan coming 29 and 30 of March. If you're interested, you may reach out to us via the email contact number provided down below in the ticker. Also, please like our Facebook page if you enjoyed today's session and follow us for future live sessions. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We hope to see you soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.